channels, and they were pumping it from there onto their crops, which would have been in these bits in between. And that looks like an artificial sort of ledge there. It looks like, it's, as I said, it's been sort of deliberately terraced. You come down from there onto here, then you drop down to the next one, and so on. Where those eucalypts start, along here, and where that last step is well and truly the edge of the wetland. Notice where the agriculture was here, the paperbarks haven't really regenerated. See, wetland plants, apart from my example with those bulrushes, they are quite fragile. You get a severe fire and paperbarks can be destroyed for good. Here they were obviously removed by land clearance because this is where they were cropping, and they really haven't come back again. Where the more natural part of the wetland is up against the sand dune there, that's where the paperbark trees seem to be invading from that direction onto the lake bed. Whereas here, where they've been removed, you've got this other stuff that's got established, but the paperbarks are all gone. The bulrush is here, the one that's got, that tendency to colonise, but the other native sedges, that bomea, you don't see any of it on this side of the wetland. So from an ecological perspective, this has got all those indicators of greater disturbance within the wetland. No paperbarks, limited variety of reeds, mainly the invasive one here. The actual topography has even been altered by machinery. This sort of terracing effect. And popping out of the ground, you've got irrigation pipes.
Yeah, there's a few more.
Looks like
all the way along.
being stepped on or something. So, I mean, if you come up here, that's
You asked me what
your wild melon.
Yeah,
the pig melon is usually the round one. This to me looks like a proper watermelon that's gone wild, sort of thing. It's not the shape of a pig melon.
Yeah, you were saying they like.
Where's my celery? That's what I want to know. It's more watermelons.
So there's still a little bit of water. It's not water that.
Far out!
If it was very shallow in those pits, it's better. But by the time it gets shallow in those,
And again, look on the ground. We've got couch grass. We've got buffalo runners around the place.
Two big ones right
basically weeds have overtaken this area.
there. I dare you. Come on.
Really haven't
Hero,
returned.
you can do it.
is it
If
watermelon?
you were going to
I
open
know, it
this
looks a
up
bit like
for park visitors in a broader sense,
Break a bit open.
Wanneroo Road is just there. I think you
It
can
actually
even hear
smells
the
like
car.
watermelon. I think it's a pig melon. It does.
So I would get a road coming from there
Smells like
to
watermelon.
this side of the wetlands. You've already got a large clear
I love
area
watermelon.
with buses can
Put it back.
turn around
Someone
and
will eat
have
it.
a car park. You could, I don't know, do something with those irrigation channels, maybe make up more open areas. And if you're going to have a picnic spot, you would probably do it on this side.
You know what I reckon we should do? They should have like a walking wooden track above here, so that and say lots of signs that says stick to the trail, and just everyone can walk around the outside of
like
it,
a
and
boardwalk, so no
like
one
a
can-
boardwalk
a
all the
raised
way around.
boardwalk.
Yep, all the way around, and leave the inside to itself, and maybe even have one over the middle.
Yeah.
Perhaps just something that people can come and have a look at it, but they can't go in and wreck it.
If you want inspiration, the boardwalks at Herdsman Lake are quite good. So I would try to think of how do you contain human impact, how do you get people in here, and obviously you need provision for car parking. You might want a tourist bus to be able to stop here and drop people off. So to me, that area that's already cleared and has the closest access to Wanneroo Road would be a logical way to do it.
Agreed.
And really the western side, that's where the more natural wetland communities are, the reeds, the paperbarks and so on. And, I would try to give that a more of a high conservation priority. So for the rest of the afternoon, I've sort of finished my show and tell. What I'd like you to do is, in groups, slowly walk back. Take that ledge there as the end of the wetland, really. And as I said, one decent step is about 1 metre, and try to get some idea of a transect, a side view across this wetland, showing changes in communities, any changes in topography, vegetation types, human disturbance. Record what you're seeing along a west to east transect line, starting from about here, saying that that edge is probably, what, 1 metre high, and then from that you drop down to this level, and you encounter the first irrigation ditch. You know, how wide is it? Then the next one, and get some idea of horizontal distances and proportions on a transect, which we can then work on in the classroom over the next 3 weeks, preparing those mapping overlays. So the point of today's exercise, try to draw that side view and try to get a familiarity with what's on the ground, because we'll be working, you know, from above with the aerial photographs. So it's really field truthing what you'll be doing in your mapping exercises.
So it's from there to about
back to the sand dune.
All the way.
and so we describe you describe what we see maybe a
Yes.
few meters peeping,
Yeah,
a mile.
estimate